Hiya folks, I'm Grim, and welcome to Grim Grooves, a channel where I react to and review music of all kinds. Today we'll be checking out a song from the game Billie Bust Up, an upcoming Kickstarter game that looks fantastic. The song is called A Million Gruesome Ways to Die, which is an excellent name as well. I've heard that this is a 3D platformer with rhythm elements and stuff like that, which is really interesting to me because the only other musical 3D platformer I can think of is Conker's Bad Fur Day, which I absolutely love. It's an incredible game, and I grew up on it. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to this. But if you've got anything else you'd like me to check out, throw it down in the comments. And while you're down there, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe because it helps the channel so much. And I'm incredibly grateful to all of you for supporting me. And I'd also like to thank my Patreon supporters because without the support, I wouldn't be able to continue doing this. So thank you. And without further ado, let's check out A Million Gruesome Ways to Die.
Now where do you think you're going? The party is this way! And trust me, it's to die for! I know we'll be the best of friends, so there's no need to run. The sooner you get dead, the sooner you can join the fun. No need to fear, for I am here. Your mortal form will disappear. Now should we use this rusty knife or acid water gun? There's a million gruesome ways to die. Oh, why resist when the party's just begun? You'll be having so much fun. There's a million gruesome ways to die. Why stay alive? And I'm sure your death will be second to none.
Ooh, this is really interesting. It reminds me of like the devil song in Futurama, like the robot devil. Yeah, it's just really interesting, like very kind of silly and very like Disney style is the vibe I get from this. Like it's maybe not be as polished as some other songs I've reacted to, but it's still really interesting, and the melody in the background is really good too, like, and the vocals are also solid. Like this is really cool. Like very animated, very over the top, very catchy.
Your death will be second to none. Dynamite is quick, but it makes a lot of mess. And flattened by a cow is just embarrassing at best. But baked into a yummy cake or dropped into a pit of snakes, though drowning in a lobster tank might hurt a little less. There's a million gruesome ways to die. How about impaled upon a spike? Oh, why resist when the party's just begun? Maybe something on a bike. There's a million.
This like haunted carnival music is fantastic too, like, or like dark carnival music is really interesting. Like it's very catchy, great synth melodies here and there, like, and the way that the different vocalists are kind of like creating a chorus between them for different moments and things like that. It really fits this vibe too of like a kind of a creepy carnival situation or something like that. And it's really interesting. Like for an indie game developer to come up with a music like this for a game is really interesting and really well done. And I'm curious to see more from this game because it seems really interesting. This is cool.
Just begun. Maybe something on a bike. There's a million gruesome ways to die. We could bury you alive. We're sure your death will be second to none. We could put you in a cage with the hungry alligator. Drop you in a volcano with an active crater. What about 10,000 volts of electricity? Or try a death by Shakespeare in a tragic comedy? Trampled by an elephant or turned to goat meat stew? Or try.
The song has fantastic lyrics, that's something you could definitely say, and the melodies are also really interesting, like the way they keep mixing in different like synthetic elements here and there just to kind of round out the melody even more and keep things moving and keep things interesting. Like it hasn't been kind of repetitive throughout most of the song. Like they shift things up fairly decently over time and keep things fresh and interesting. Like I said, like little bits of kind of synth bells or like little bits here and there. I think most of it's synthetic, but there's nothing wrong with that. Like they were doing a fantastic job here. And the vocalists too, like again, they may not be like some kind of Broadway level music aficionado or whatever, but they're still fairly talented in their singing voice and their ability to kind of like shift things up and portray different emotions and feelings throughout their singing. It's really interesting, like really well done here. Daniel Ingram and Black Griffin, I'm not sure who the vocalists are or if it's both of them, but they're doing a fantastic job here. This is cool.
Trampled by an elephant or turned to goat meat stew, or tried to fight a dragon armed with nothing but a shoe. We could do a mommy's curse, we'll put you in a fancy hearse, or turn into a stuffy. Now that's something we can do. There's a million gruesome ways to die. I thought I'd try the guillotine. Oh, why resist when the party's just begun? I came so hard I broke my spleen. There's a million gruesome ways to die. There must be something we can try. We're sure your death will be second to none. Maybe you can choke upon a grape to die. Put you in a blender and trapeze to die. Maybe we can find an angry mob, tie you on a stake and cook you up like a kebab to die. Smothered by
Wow, they're still just keeping things fresh every once in a while, like the kind of xylophone coming in here in between these kind of different back and forths between the two different characters is really interesting. Like, it's really well done and adds a lot to the song. Like, and there's already the vocalist back and forth is really interesting. Like, the main vocalist there doing a line, then the chorus doing a line, just back and forth. I think it's probably one person's voice doing the chorus, kind of amplified and like reverb and like a bunch of different editing settings going on there that kind of adjust the vocals, but it works really well and gives that kind of like uncanny, eerie feeling to it because the way that the modifications are done there. And even the main vocalist, like I said, like they're not the best vocalists I've ever heard or anything like that, but they're still doing a really good job with this, and it sounds fantastic. Like, the more I listen to it, the more I like this song. It's really well done, like especially for an indie dev just working on a game while also doing like making the game itself or whatever. It's really impressive, and I want to learn more about this game because it seems so awesome.
blender and trapeze to die. Maybe we can find an angry mob, tie you on a stake and cook you up like a kebab to die. Smothered by a pillow in your bed to die. A gluten overdose from too much bread to die. Then you can join the party cause you're dead. I'm sure your death will be second to Mr. Reaper's beckoning you. Sure your death will be second to
Wow, that was really interesting. Again, so unique to hear a game like this, music from a game like this, and just learning that a game like this exists too is really interesting to me because like I said, I love this type of style, and the vocalists too, like they're reminiscent to me of Lemon Demon. If anyone's familiar with Lemon Demon's work, Neil Cicierega, I believe. He's the guy who did like what's it called? The Ultimate Showdown, Ultimate Destiny. Sorry, I was losing it there. But I love his music, and it's very like similarly unpolished, but it's still really good. Like, it has so many good moments to it, and so many different interesting lyrical styles and musical styles that even though the lyrics or the vocals aren't the most refined, it's still really, really well done. And this reminds me of that because it's a similar style where it's like it's incredibly well done despite the fact that the main singer may not be the best singer that there's ever been, but at the same time, like, it could just be a stylistic choice to kind of lean into this kind of devilish figure style for the music, and it doesn't have to be like, again, like professional opera level or something like that. Like, it's still really good for what it is, and they did a fantastic job with this. Like, I also really like the animation style here. I'm not sure if the whole game is like this. I'll definitely have to look into more from this game because it's super interesting, and again, I love games like this, so I'll definitely be keeping an eye on this one, and when it eventually comes out, I'll definitely give it a try because it seems awesome. And just in general, a musical third-person platformer game like this is incredibly intriguing to me because, like I said, the only one I've ever seen before is Conker's Bad Fur Day, I think, and that's one of my favorite games to this day. Like, so if this one's even the slightest bit dark or kind of cheeky, and the lyrics too, like there's some moments where they do a little bit darker with their themes and stuff. I don't know how dark it is because a lot of these 3D platformers are just very much kids games, which is fine. I mean, they're still good games, but at the same time, like, I would love to see another Conker's Bad Fur Day style where it's like fairly dark, maybe a parody of things, fairly more adult and things like that. It works really well in that game anyways, but that was a long time ago. But anyways, thanks for hanging out watching my reaction. If you liked it, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Until next time, later days, folks.
Listen to the radiation. Put you back in circulation.